I suppose it depends what you use it for. If you're using it in a campsite without bad weather, then yeah, probably. I think it's a brilliant design of a tent, and its shape. There's two decent porches. If you're doing a lot of low-level camping without bad weather to handle, then yeah, I'd say it would be dead on. For me, I so wish I hadn't bothered buying it. Though the good thing was I bought it through Amazon, so I got my money back without any difficulty. I hadn't even had it a week. Yeah, the reason why I wouldn't recommend it is that on our recent camping trip, the first trip out with it, cold snapped. And I wish I'd set the camera up to film us putting the tent up, but the reason was we arrived up. It took us longer to get to the spot we were camping in than anticipated. It was dark, it was cold. I was very conscious of it being my son's first wild camp, so I didn't want to put him off by delaying unnecessarily. So I thought, no, look, we'll just get the tent up. He was giving me a hand, it was getting really windy, it was cold, we hadn't had food. So I thought that the best thing is get the tent up, don't worry about filming. This is important. And we were just connecting if you're familiar with the Cloud Peak 2, you have 3 poles you put in and then you clip the fabric to it. We were just finishing clipping the fabric to the central pole which holds the porches out, and it snapped in the middle. And at that stage I actually thought, this is it, we're going to have to pack up and go back to the car. I mean, it would have been probably after 10 o'clock at night, really dark before we got back. I'm sure probably later than that. And he hadn't eaten. I hadn't eaten too, but I was more worried about him. Thankfully I was able to patch it up with one of the tent pegs and a couple of bits of Velcro, that it was strong enough that I was able to guide out and peg out the tent. And when you can see from the image that it's not the best shape, and that's because of the breakage. The pole wasn't held out properly. So I mean, I thought about, do I get try and get a replacement pole? Do I buy heavier poles? I mean, a lot of the problems that people had with the Cloud Peak 2 was the poles breaking. The earlier tents, the poles were, I think, 7mm, I'd read or heard somebody saying in the video. When I got this in the latest version of it, which is the 2021 version, the poles are 8.5mm diameter, and I thought, brilliant, they're going to be good. Because I'd even looked up where to get 9.5mm poles, so I thought, no, do you know what, I'll give this a go and see how it gets on. But when I got home, I tried contacting Cloud Peak. Actually, this is a week later, and I still haven't heard back from them, or Naturehike, the people that make it. So I just thought, you know what, if they can't bother to reply to me, they claim on their website to get back to you straight away. They didn't get back to me. Still, they still haven't replied. I just went straight on Amazon and did a return, saying that it wasn't fit for purpose, that it broke on their first use, and they've issued the refund straight away. So I think that was the best thing to do. I have had a turnover tent now for probably 25 years. My brother and I, I'd gone camping with our dad quite a number of years ago in the Mourne Mountains, in a cheap dome tent with fiberglass poles. We were camped beside a wee loch. During the night there was really strong winds, the side of the tent ripped, so it wasn't the best experience. After that, my brother and I went out, did a bit of research, and came across turnover tents, and decided to buy ourselves a really good tent that we could rely on. As it happens, we got a really good deal on the Super Quasar, which is still available now today, but it's £1,200 now, so there's no way I was going to buy one. And they're a full-on mountain tent. They're too heavy for what I want. So I was looking at other options of current turnover tents and wild country tents that were around the 2.5 kilo mark. But as the Naturehike Cloud Peak 2 was cheaper, I thought I would give it a go. I thought it was potential to do well. Since returning it, I've seen another review on Amazon, and someone says one of the poles snapped for them too. So I don't think it's an isolated incident. So I say, if you're going to use it for low-level camping, not in strong winds, then you probably get away with it. I wouldn't recommend it for mountain stuff. I just don't think it's good enough. Be interested to know how many people have bought one and since moved to a decent manufactured tent. So yeah, I've had Terranova for a long time. It's starting to show its age now, UV damage and that, so I was happy to buy another one. I still have my Zephyros light one, which is brilliant, and that sort of rekindled my love of Terranova Wild Country products again. So it didn't take a lot of convincing to go down the route of looking at Wild Country or Terranova again. What tent did I buy? Well, I guess I'll have to show you that. Considering what I said about the Cloud Peak 2, what tent did I buy to replace it? Well, it's the Wild Country Helm Compact 2. Say there was many times I looked at it, looked at other Wild Country tents, even looked at Terranova tents. Decided to give the Cloud Peak 2 a go, and obviously, well, we know what happened there. So, what about this? What do I think about the Wild Country Helm Compact 2? So obviously it's lighter than the Cloud Peak. It's a bit more compact than the Cloud Peak, but I know it's reliable. That's the thing. So, how easy is it to put up? Anybody who's experienced with the Cloud Peak 2 will know that to start off with, it's not the most simple tent to put up. The nature of the way the poles work. Once you put the 3 poles in, until you start clipping the fabric on, they fall over, and it's a bit of a nuisance. Thankfully, say we had practiced that beforehand, so we knew what to expect. So I thought best to try this out too. So I have had it out of the bag to try. A lot of people complain about the pegs. They're grand if you ask me. I don't see anything wrong with them. To do the job. Poles. Well, obviously there's 2 different poles. They're colour coded. It's really simple. Everybody knows that about Terranova, and many manufacturers do the same. Colour code the poles, colour code the sleeves. The one thing that I could have really done with up the Mourns last weekend with the Cloud Peak would have been one of those. That would have actually made the fix a lot better. I'll make sure that I carry that at all times. I love the quality of these. They're good. The ends don't come out like the Cloud Peak poles, which was really annoying actually, and I noticed it happening when we were trying to put the tent up, that the wee end bits were coming out. I know they were still attached to the bungee cord, but really total nuisance. Really no need for it. They just needed to make the bungee cord a bit tighter, or crimp the end of it in a bit. Like you can see, it's been done with the poles. There's 2 wee dots in this, and that's basically where they've just indented it so that it holds on to the central bit. And that's all you need to do with the end, and it would do the same job. So we've got a red pole, we've got our blue pole. Just remember doing this. This is the fun way to do it. Just take it straight up. A nice secure fit. There we go. Clippily clap. I like the fact that the inner and the outer peg together are clipped together. I think it's a good idea. Much less likelihood of your inner getting wet. I suppose technically it means you can set it up as a outer only shelter if you really wanted to. So we start off with making sure that's under the fire. We start. Said it's dead simple. It's all colour coded. Basically, it's idiot proof. Blue into blue, red into red. That's it, freestanding. It's yeah, I like it. And it seems pretty secure already. So simple. Really simple. There's no complexity to it at all. It's pretty idiot proof. And even without the guy ropes in, it's pretty secure. I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's really good. Brilliant thing obviously with the Helm Compact 2 is you've got two decent sized porches on both sides. I know some people complain that the porches aren't that big, but I think that it's not a bad size. There's enough room to cook in there if you need to. There's really good space in the interior. I like it. The zips feel really good quality. You know, one of the faults people have with the Cloud Peak 2 is that the zips have broken in some tents, and I was a bit worried of that, and I was being very cautious with it. You can just feel the quality in those zips. They just work really well. The storm flap's really good, the vent's really good, because I know one of the other faults people had with the Cloud Peak 2 is the storm flap on the vent on the roof, that during really bad weather the rain is coming in. I don't think you're going to have a problem with that with the Helm. And obviously it can't come in the top. Most people were trying to modify the rooftop flap of fabric, stop it flapping about, and I know that we noticed when we were using it up the Mourns that first night that it was flapping about a lot. And I mean, I had tried to do the modifications and it hadn't really stopped it, though obviously the pole was broken, which didn't help the matter. No, I think it's a great wee tent. So one option would be, if you're going to be using it in a lot of bad weather in the mountains, is you double pole it. I think it's £77 from Wild Country. You can buy another set of the two poles, and there's enough space there. You could do that, and it would vastly improve the strength of the tent. I'm toying with the idea of adding a few extra guy ropes, but I don't know. I'll see how it goes. I'll give it a try. Hoping to head up the hills in a couple of weeks' time, give it a proper go, and see how we get on with it. if I feel that it needs a bit extra strength, I could double guy it like a lot of the Hillebergs are done. I mean, you've one guy at the red pole at the side. You could add another one at the top. I'm sure there's a way we could figure out some way of attaching the guy rope to the pole and double guy here. And the same on the blue pole. You could fit another guy lower down. Handy enough, and that will give it extra strength. No, I think it's good. So as you can see, it was the Wild Country Helm Compact 2 that I bought. I needed a 2-man tent, so like the Cloud Peak 2, needed a 2-man, wanted 2 porches, and it came in under the weight. Managed to get it for a decent price too, a good bit below the retail price, which made it an even better option. I'm really impressed with it. Obviously I haven't used the mountains yet, but I'm very confident in it. Saying my experience of Terranova and Wild Country products over the years, I know it's going to be good. It's a UK company. I'll have no problem getting in contact with them if there is a problem. I can get replacement poles, replacement fly sheets, whatever I need. So I think it'll be great. So the plan is to organise another wild camp and give it a proper try up in the mountains with my son. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's the plan. So conclusion, probably wouldn't go for the Cloud Peak. As they say, you get what you pay for. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. It's something that's a tenth of the price of a Hilleberg. The likelihood is it's not going to be anywhere near the quality, and it's not. It's worth going for good quality products. Obviously, you can't afford to go out and buy Hilleberg tents all the time. I probably would never buy one. I think they're overpriced. I do think they're fantastic quality, but I just think they're a bit too expensive. Yeah, I hope if you're in a position where you're considering buying a new tent and you're looking at the Naturehike Cloud Peak 2, this has maybe helped you make a decision. I mean, it's personal choice, and you might think it's a brilliant tent, it might work for you. If you have any more questions, please do ask. Put some comments in, and I'll happily respond to them if I can give any more guidance. Thanks for watching.